Hello and welcome to Speak English Naturally. I am your host, and today we have an important lesson for A2 and B1 English learners. We are going to talk about a very common word many people use, what, and we will learn why sometimes you should say something different. So, do not say, what, say this instead. Sometimes, when you do not hear or understand what someone says, your first reaction might be to say what. This is common, especially among friends or family. But in other situations, like with a teacher, a colleague, or a new person, saying just what can sound a little direct or even impolite. We want to help you sound more natural and polite in English. Let us look at some better options. The first and very simple option is, sorry, listen again. Sorry, this is polite and very common. When you say sorry, your voice should go up at the end, like a question. Let me say it slowly. Sorry, this shows you did not hear, and you are asking the person to repeat what they said. Another polite option is, pardon, listen again. Pardon, this is also very polite, and it can be a little more formal than sorry. Again, your voice should go up at the end, like a question. Let me say it slowly. Pardon. You can use pardon in almost any situation when you want someone to repeat something. Now, let us learn some phrases that are more specific. If you did not hear everything, or you want the person to say it again, you can say, could you repeat that, please? Listen again. Could you repeat that, please? This phrase is clear and helpful. You are directly asking for the person to say it again. The word please makes it polite. Let me say it slowly. Could you repeat that, please? This is excellent for formal situations, like in a classroom or a business meeting. A very similar phrase is, could you say that again, please? Listen again. Could you say that again, please? This phrase also works well in many situations. It is very similar to, could you repeat that, please? You can choose whichever you prefer. Let me say it slowly. Could you say that again, please? Sometimes, you hear most of what someone said, but you missed a few words. For this situation, you can say, I did not quite catch that. Listen again. I did not quite catch that. The word catch here means understand or hear. So you are saying you did not fully understand or hear it. Let me say it slowly. I did not quite catch that. You can also be more specific. For example, if someone gave you a phone number, but you missed the last part, you could say, I did not quite catch the last two numbers. What if someone is speaking too quietly and you cannot hear them? You can politely ask them to speak louder. You can say, could you speak a little louder, please? Listen again. Could you speak a little louder, please? This phrase is very direct about the problem, but the please makes it polite. Let me say it slowly. Could you speak a little louder, please? And if someone is speaking too quickly and you are having trouble understanding them, you can ask them to slow down. You can say, could you slow down a little, please? Listen again. Could you slow down a little, please? This is very helpful for English learners, especially when talking to native speakers who might speak very fast. Let me say it slowly. Could you slow down a little, please? Okay, let us practice with some scenarios. I will ask a question, and I want you to think about which phrase you would use. Feel free to pause the audio and say your answer out loud. First scenario. Imagine your friend says, I am going to the park with Jennifer later. You did not hear the name. What do you say? You could say, sorry, who are you going with? I did not quite catch the name. Next scenario. Someone says, the meeting is at 3:30 a.m. p.m. in room C12. You heard 3:30 a.m. but not the room number. What do you say? You could say, could you repeat the room number, please? Or, I did not quite catch the room number. Third scenario. Your teacher is speaking very quickly in a lesson. You are struggling to understand. What do you say? You could say, excuse me, could you slow down a little, please? Or, pardon, could you speak a little slower? Last scenario. You are talking to a new person, and they say something very quietly. You want to be polite. What do you say? You could say, sorry, or pardon, or could you speak a little louder, please? Great job practicing. So, remember, instead of just saying, what, which can sometimes sound a bit direct, you have many better options. You can use, sorry, pardon. Could you repeat that, please? Could you say that again, please? I did not quite catch that. Could you speak a little louder, please? Or could you slow down a little, please? These phrases will help you sound more natural and more polite in English conversations. Thank you for listening to Speak English Naturally. We hope this lesson was helpful for your English learning journey. If you liked this episode, please give us a like. Leave a comment below with your favorite new phrase. And do not forget to subscribe to our channel for more English learning tips. We love hearing from you. See you next time.